It's one of the most iconic duets in movie history, a song that practically defined a generation. But what if I told you the two voices behind that magical carpet ride never actually recorded it together? In 1993, Salonga and Kane stunned the world with a live performance of A Whole New World at the Oscars, one of the only times they would ever sing it together. This is the unseen story of how two singers, worlds apart, created on-screen magic, and how the song that defined Aladdin almost never happened. To really get why A Whole New World was such a big deal, we have to rewind the clock to the late 1980s. Walt Disney Feature Animation was in the middle of a massive comeback. After some shaky years, the studio roared back to life with The Little Mermaid in 1989. This wasn't just a hit movie. It kicked off the era we now call the Disney Renaissance, a return to classic fairy tales, stunning animation, and most importantly, the Broadway-style musical. At the heart of this were two geniuses, composer Alan Menken and lyricist Howard Ashman. Their Oscars for The Little Mermaid made animated musicals a major force again. Their next film, Beauty and the Beast, was even bigger, landing a historic nomination for Best Picture. And while all this was happening, another idea was bubbling up, a story from the ancient collection, 1001 Nights. Howard Ashman had actually pitched an animated Aladdin back in 1988. His vision was a campy 1930s-style musical, sort of like the old Road to Key movies with Bing Crosby and Bob Hope. He wrote a 40-page treatment and, with Menken, composed several songs. This early version was way different. It featured Aladdin's mother, who was central to Ashman's story. For her, Aladdin was going to sing a deeply personal ballad called Proud of Your Boy, a promise to make her proud. But the studio heads weren't sold, and the project got shelved. It was only after The Little Mermaid's huge success that Disney gave it another look, but things had changed. Tragically, during the making of Beauty and the Beast, Howard Ashman was battling AIDS, a fight he would sadly lose in March 1991. He poured his heart into Aladdin's music, even working from his hospital bed, and managed to complete 3 songs: Arabian Nights, Friend Like Me, and Prince Ali. With Ashman's devastating passing, the film was in chaos. The script was rewritten again and again. On a day the staff grimly called Black Friday, studio chief Jeffrey Katzenberg ordered a total story overhaul. This included removing Aladdin's mother, a decision that meant cutting Proud of Your Boy, a song Ashman cherished. The film had lost its lyrical visionary and its direction. A new lyricist was needed to finish the score with Alan Menken. The man for the job was the legendary Tim Rice, famous for his work with Andrew Lloyd Webber on shows like Jesus Christ Superstar and Evita. Menken, still grieving his partner, had to build a new creative relationship. He flew to London with a few melodies, one of which was for the movie's pivotal moment, the magic carpet ride. Together, Menken and Rice would write the film's love theme, a song that needed to capture flight, freedom, and new love. That song was A Whole New World. It was born from a period of creative turmoil and profound loss, a testament to the artists who refused to give up. With the songs coming together, the search began for the perfect voices. For the fiery, independent Princess Jasmine, they needed someone who sounded both royal and restless. They found that voice in a young woman already taking the world by storm, Salonga. Born and raised in the Philippines, Salonga was a seasoned pro by her late teens. Her big break came when she was cast as Kim in the West End production of Miss Saigon. Her performance was a sensation, earning her a prestigious Olivier Award. When the show moved to Broadway, she did it again, winning a Tony Award for Best Actress in a Musical. She was the first Asian woman to win a Tony, a true trailblazer. It was during her time on Broadway that Disney came calling. Salonga's powerhouse voice and her ability to convey raw emotion made her the perfect Disney princess. She was later named a Disney legend in 2011, not just for playing Jasmine, but also for being the singing voice of Mulan. For Jasmine, she brought a strength and clarity that was essential. Her voice was the sound of a princess who didn't need saving, just a partner to see the world with. Finding the voice for Aladdin, the street rat with a heart of gold, was a different kind of search. They needed someone charming, youthful, and full of optimistic energy. They found him in a young New York actor named Kane. Kane was still in high school when he got the part, but he was already a stage veteran. His voice had the perfect blend of boyish charm and leading man potential. It was a voice that could make you believe he could go from stealing bread to sweeping a princess off her feet. And so, the singers were chosen. A Tony-winning Broadway star from the Philippines and a talented kid from New York. They were the voices of one of cinema's most famous couples. Yet, in a wild twist, they recorded their iconic duet completely separately. Archival footage shows them in different booths in different sessions, singing their lines to a guide track and imagining the other person's voice. They were creating a harmony with a ghost, a duet with a memory of a melody. The magical connection that would enchant millions was constructed entirely by the film's music team. Creating a believable duet is a delicate art. It's about chemistry, a give and take between singers. So how did Disney's music team fake it so perfectly? It was a mix of brilliant songwriting, meticulous production, and the sheer talent of the singers. Of course, it all started with the song itself. Alan Menken has said that when he wrote the melody, he got on the magic carpet metaphysically. The tune was designed to soar and glide just like the carpet. The song's call and response structure gives each singer a spotlight before their voices finally blend in the chorus. Tim Rice's lyrics captured the characters' perspectives perfectly. Aladdin is showing Jasmine a world without walls. Jasmine is discovering a life she only dreamed of. The lyrics are a conversation unfolding in real time. With that strong foundation, it was up to the music producers to solve the technical puzzle. In the studio, both Lea Salonga and Kane listened to a pre-recorded instrumental track, likely with a rough guide vocal, in their headphones. They had to deliver a heartfelt performance in a total vacuum, trusting the directors to match their energy with a partner they couldn't see or hear. It's a huge testament to their skill that they pulled it off. Alan Menken knew they had something special right away. He remembered playing the melody for Disney music producer Chris Montan, who Menken described as a tough critic. When Montan heard the tune for A Whole New World, his hair stood on end. They knew it had a unique power. The final piece of the puzzle was the magic of the mixing board. Audio engineers took the two separate vocal tracks and masterfully blended them into one. They balanced the levels, matched the vocal tones, and added reverb to make it sound like Salonga and Kane were singing in the same space. The final product is so seamless, so emotionally perfect, that for decades, no one knew they weren't standing side by side. The on-screen chemistry between Aladdin and Jasmine is mirrored by a vocal chemistry that was painstakingly built in a studio, an illusion as breathtaking as a flight over Agrabah. A Whole New World was an instant hit, while the movie featured Kane and Salonga. A pop version by Peabo Bryson and Regina Belle played over the credits. That version was a monster success, becoming the first and only song from a Disney animated movie to hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. So it was no surprise when it got nominated for Best Original Song at the 65th Academy Awards in March 1993. An Oscar nomination means a live performance. For the first time, the voices everyone fell in love with would perform the song together, live, on one of the world's biggest stages. At the time, Lea Salonga was starring as Eponine in Les Miserables on Broadway. She flew to Los Angeles to join Kane for the huge performance. The pressure was on to recreate the magic live, without any studio tricks. And on Oscar night, they delivered. Dressed in elegant white on a dreamy, starlit stage, their voices filled the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion in perfect harmony. Any doubts about their chemistry vanished. It was real. It was palpable. It was magic. They didn't just sing the song, they embodied it. Later that night, Alan Menken and Tim Rice accepted the Oscar for Best Original Song. In his speech, Rice paid tribute to Howard Ashman, acknowledging that he was standing in for a genius who should have been there. It was a poignant reminder of the song's complicated and emotional journey. The Oscar win cemented the song's place in history. It had already won a Golden Globe and would go on to win multiple Grammys, including the coveted Song of the Year, a feat no other Disney song has ever achieved. But for many, the most unforgettable memory was that live performance, a rare moment when the unseen magic was finally made visible. After the whirlwind of Aladdin and their iconic Oscars performance, Salonga and Brad Kane went on their own amazing journeys. Salonga became a global stage icon. She returned to Broadway in Les Miserables and starred in revivals of Flower Drum's Song and Once on This Island. She toured the world, sold out concert halls, and continued her Disney legacy as the singing voice of Mulan. Revered as the pride of the Philippines, she has served as a coach on The Voice of the Philippines, mentoring a new generation of singers. Brad Kane, the voice of a prince, moved from the stage to a powerful role behind the scenes. Though he returned to sing as Aladdin in the sequels, he found his calling as a writer and producer for TV. He's worked on acclaimed shows like Fringe, the pirate drama Black Sails, and more recently, Tokyo Vice. The high school kid who sang for Disney became a respected force in television. For years, that 1993 Oscars performance remained a singular, cherished memory. A live duet of A Whole New World by the original singers was incredibly rare. Then in October 2015, the magic was rekindled. To celebrate the Diamond Edition Blu-ray release of Aladdin, the cast reunited on ABC's Good Morning America. And this wasn't just an interview. For the first time in over 2 decades, Salonga and Brad Kane sat down to perform their song. This time they had a very special accompanist, the composer himself, Alan Menken, at the piano. The whole crew was there, directors, speaking voices, even Jafar. But the performance was the main event. As Menken played those familiar chords, the studio went quiet. Their voices had matured, but the magic was instantly back. The harmony was still perfect, the emotion just as real. It was a stunning wave of nostalgia that quickly went viral, proving that A Whole New World was more than a movie song. It's a cultural touchstone, a first dance favorite, and the soundtrack to millions of childhoods. The story of A Whole New World is really a story about unseen magic. The magic of 2 singers in separate rooms, whose voices were blended so perfectly, they created an unforgettable romance. The magic of a composer, Alan Menken, who, while grieving his friend, wrote a melody that could fly. And the magic of a new partnership with lyricist Tim Rice, who helped carry the torch left by the brilliant Howard Ashman. It's the story of a single, stunning live performance at the Oscars that brought the illusion to life, and a reunion decades later that proved the magic never faded. A Whole New World captured our hearts because it speaks to something universal, the desire for freedom, discovery, and a connection that shows you a world you never knew was possible. The story behind the song is a perfect reflection of that theme. It's a testament to resilience, collaboration, and the invisible artistry that creates pure cinematic magic. It reminds us that sometimes, the most enchanting journeys are the ones we can't see. What does A Whole New World mean to you? Is it your favorite Disney song? Let us know in the comments below. We love reading your stories. And if you enjoyed this look behind the magic, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite films. Thanks for watching.